All right, welcome back to season 5 of our show, and today we're going south of the border. We're showing you a beautiful pulled pork smoked tamale dish along with some gorgeous beans. Let's show you how to get it done. So it's pulled pork tamales, and you're gonna need some pulled pork. So what we're using today is a Boston butt. This is about 8 pounds, and we got a small fat cap on the top of here because you want that fat in here. So we're just gonna start seasoning this up. We're gonna play process of elimination. So we're gonna do our pulled pork first. Our beans, we'll get to those second, and then we'll show you how to make the tamales. So right here we have some oregano, cumin powder, coriander seed, rosemary, black pepper, and neato seeds. Let's get this into the grinder. So you just want to spice this up first. Use as much or as little of the ingredients as you want. So I'm just gonna use up some of these. I'm not sure if I'll use all of them, but I'm just gonna use as many as I want. Now the red that you see in there, that's the neato seed. It's a natural food coloring. It's almost like a dye, but it's not a dye that you would find from like a factory. It's not factory made, it comes from a tree. So here we go. We're just gonna get all that in. I think I'm gonna go about there with it, and I'm gonna get some more color in and use more of the neato. That's gonna give a nice reddish orange glow to this. I think I'm going to use pretty much all of it, because with this dish the color needs to be spot on. Alright, so there we go. Let's give this a grind. And let's see where we're at. Alright, we're looking good. So let's pull this out of here and let's just get this right onto the meat. And that smells excellent, by the way. So now I'm going to put a little oil on here just to get this rubbed in. And let's just get some of this rubbed in. Just like that. And we're just going to turn it over and repeat. So let's get this side done. Then at the end, we're going to put some lemon on here and rub it around again. Natural lemon juice. And it's going to sit overnight in that lemon juice, just so it can marinate. Every time you do a roast like this, you want to let it kind of sit as long as possible. Let it sit out for a couple hours at least. Or you can go overnight with it. But if you go overnight, it's maximum flavor. So that's always a great thing. And you can see a little bit of that flavor went a long way in there. Let's just move that around. Get all that in there. Now what I usually do is put lemon juice on the bottom of here. And I'll turn it a couple hours in after it sits. And we're going to use plenty of flavor in here, so I want some more spice. And make sure you use plenty of that. Look at the color on there already. That's from that old natural neato. And you can go nuts on it because it's all natural. Like a lot of people use food colorings, you don't have to with this. All right, there we go. All right, what we'll do next, let's just remove this glove. We're gonna get some lemon juice in here. And move the tray right over. There we go. There we go, and we're going to just put this off to the side. Now if you want to get the maximum out of your lemons, this little machine that we're using, that's the way to go. Look at that. And now we're just going to roll it around the tray. And now when you get a chance to flip this over, you're gonna flip it over in that juice and then just juice the other side of that, and then you'll just marinate it. So every couple hours you can flip that over in the juice. And that's it. All right, so we're gonna get organized, clean all this up, and then we're gonna meet you right back here, show you how to get these beans together. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so right before we put these beans on, I just wanna show you this roast and how I put this away for tomorrow. So right now I'm gonna salt, because we put no salt on here. So this is the way I put this away for tomorrow. I go right on the top with the salt, a good amount, because this is a big roast. So I'm just gonna salt the front, all the sides. Kosher salt, low sodium, crystal diamond. Can't go wrong with it. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna turn it over like this. Do the other side. This has half the amount of sodium as regular salt. All right, so now we're gonna take this, and into this vessel it goes. This is a metal container. You can use an aluminum tray. Now here's all the leftovers in this tray right here. So what I'm gonna do is just get a little white wine in here. Braising liquid. And I'm gonna get all those nice spices and seasoning off the bottom of here. Just like this. Nothing goes to waste. And that's all the flavor right there. And I'm gonna dump it right on top of that roast. And just get all that out of there. Cleans the tray, and you don't waste any of those beautiful seasonings. All right, now I'm gonna just hit the bottom a little white wine. We're gonna bring in an onion. Let's just peel this onion real quick. Get the skin off of here. And we're gonna put this whole thing in pieces right in there. A couple on the bottom. They're gonna keep the moisture, bring the juice. And this way you got plenty of moisture in here. And you don't have to worry about this roast drying out, because you got the moisture in there. Let's get this onion in here. Give it a quick peel. Just rough chop it, just like that. We're gonna wrap this, in the fridge it goes. We're gonna pull it out early, let it sit outside, let it get to room temperature before it goes into the cooker. And that's it. We'll be right back here to show you the beans, so stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so our roast is done. We got that big boy in the fridge. Now we're gonna show you the beans. Let's show you how to get this done. Okay, so along with a beautiful tamale, there's always gotta be a nice bean on the side, I feel. And we're using Mayacoba beans, AKA canary beans or Peruvian beans. And that's the bean we're using today. I like them because they're really rich in flavor and they're just fantastic. So let's get these in the pot. So I start off with 2 pounds. Now I'm putting these in with some ham hocks, and I never soak my beans. So people say, why don't you soak your beans? I'll tell you why I don't soak my beans. So beans cook at all different times. The meat cooks at all different times. Now, if you soak your beans, the beans might cook before the meat. And if you don't soak the bean, the meat will cook perfectly with the bean. And sometimes there's beans like, for example, lentils. Now with lentils, they cook really quick, 30 minutes, you're done with the lentil. So you might want to cook your meat separate than the lentil and then add the meat to the lentil. They're all different cook times. And right now, I want the same exact time. So, and with the ham hocks we go. Now I'm not using any salt in here because these are cured and salted by me. I'm gonna leave a link in the description to this video and you're gonna see how I cure these hams. I usually do them right before Christmas and the holiday time. So those are about a month old. And I get out there and I cure them and I smoke them myself. I don't buy them because the ones in the store have very little meat on them. So let's cut some onion up. Just gonna peel this. And with this dish, it calls for a lot of onion. That's just me, I like a lot of onion in here. So we're just gonna get our onion cut up. And just get it cut up in pieces like that. They don't have to be small pieces, so just put it right in. It'll just fold down in here. And that's my onion. And I'll probably go just a little bit more. Before we do that, we're going in with bay leaves. When you put your bay leaves in, always make sure they're whole. I'm going to show you something. If you have a bay leaf like that, and you rip that, somebody could choke on that. So you always want to be able to find your bay leaves and pull them out. Sometimes I count mine. I got 5 in there now. And I'll pull them out before the meal. Let's cut this up. I think I'm just going to use half of this, so I'm just going to go right down the middle. And just get this off of here. Just like that, it's done. And right in she goes. Crushed red pepper, chili flake. I like to put that in there. You can add as much or as little as you guys like. There we go. Now I'm going to fill this up with water. I'm going to bring it about halfway up this pot. And I'm going to watch my water level. I don't want too much water, because you're going to be stuck with a very soupy bean, and you can always add water to it, but you cannot take the water out. Make sure you never over water these guys, because you'll be stuck with a very soupy bean, and we're making a nice set of beans, and we're not making soup. If you're making soup, then you can go overboard on that. All right, we're going to meet you guys onto the stove, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so our beans, we lower it now. Now when they start to float to the top like that, you see how they come to the top of the pot? Just like that. That's when you want to put this on low and simmer. And just let them go a good 3 hours in here. So that's how long these guys are going to go for. I dropped it down to very low simmer. I'm going to put the lid on here. I'll see you guys in 3 hours. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half in with this cook, and we're just going to show you these beans. So take a look. These ham hocks. Now they're still not tender, but they're coming along. And I just want you to see the roll that I have going on here with the water. You see how just a slight bubble. That's what you want. You make it too hard, this is going to break up, fall apart. The beans are going to fall apart, or they might be hard. So nice, gentle roll. That's what you're looking for. All right, we'll meet you back here when we're done. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so our beans are done. What I did was transfer them to a smaller pot. So right before the ham hock starts to fall apart and get tender, really tender, go to a smaller pot. So this is what they look like now. And that's what I did. I put them to a more manageable pot, because that was a huge pot. And I like to leave a lot of room for beans when I first cook them. This way you can put them away, let them cool down, and you're not looking to put this big pot in the fridge. And that's it. And it'll cool down better when you have it in something smaller, so you can put it outside to cool down. We'll meet you back here. Cook that roast. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we're going electric today. I want a nice easy cook. And we're going to get this into the cooker. We're starting off at 250. I'm going to jack the heat up. There it is. 10 hours later, we'll see you then. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we got our beans done. Our pork is done off the smoker. Let's show you what to do with it from here. Look at this guy. Now I always put a nice piece of plastic on it coming to the last hour of the cook. And let's show you what we got. That's just going to keep in all that nice moisture and heat, and let it rest. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we are going to shred this. So let's bring in a pan. over onto the pan. And keep all that juice that's in here. Look at that. It's just falling apart. Just like that. Right off that main bone. That's what you're looking for. Bone pulls out clean. That's Pitmaster 101. And look at this meat. Succulent, juicy. And at this point, you can pull out any fat that's in here. This is still really warm. What I like to do is just put all the fat right in there, because I feel the fat is what you're going to need to make a good tamale. So look at that. Just shred that right up. And have you seen juicier meat? Look at that. Let's give that a Pitmaster taste. Outstanding. All right, so we don't want to shred this up to cat food. Any kind of strands like that, this is not going to break down. I'm just going to put that off to the side and just look through your meat and figure out what's going to be good for your tamale. And pretty much all of this is great for the tamale. A couple of pieces of skin like that don't really break down, I'll take those out. But for the most part, 99.9% of this will go in. Look at this. Beautiful. Nice and juicy. Moist, succulent. That's how you want that. All right, we're going to get the shredding on here, and we're going to meet you guys right back here and show you how to put these tamales together, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, that meat's all nice and smoked up, so our filling is done. It's time to make the tamales. All right, for this mix, you're going to need some corn masa. So this is corn masa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. You're going to need some lard. I got 2 cups of lard in here. Chicken stock. This is a homemade chicken stock. You can use whatever one you want. This has a little bit of salt in it, not a lot, so make sure you adjust your sodium level. And corn husk. So I got these soaking in the water right now. You want to soak them for about 10 minutes, so this way they're easy to work with. Sometimes they come fresh from the store and you don't have to soak them at all. You take them right out of the package and they're good to work. So these right here, they were a little bit on the stiff side, so I just got them soaking in water for about 10 minutes. So let's get this going. First thing you want to do is start whisking the lard. Now leave it out at room temperature so it's easy to work with. And you want to get it nice and creamy. Because if you don't get it nice and creamy and silky, it's not going to mix right. So I've already pre-mixed this one. But if you're doing it right, it should take you about 3 minutes to get it mixed up. So let's put this off to the side. And now I'm going to start to get in my masa. And again, in about half. And I'm just going to work it in. It's going to clump up on you, but you're looking for like a graham cracker consistency. That's what you're looking for. So don't be afraid to get your hands in here. Just like that. Get all the rest up from the bottom. And I'm going to start to incorporate the rest of my mixture in. Kind of similar to baking. If you're used to working with dough. All right, let's get the rest in. Like I say, I'm working with 6 cups, and this is going to make about 35 tamales. Maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. All right, we'll get that nice and mixed. And like I said, you're looking for like a graham cracker consistency with this. And we're almost there. Just make sure you get everything up from the bottom. All right, so your chicken stock, you want that warm. Because if you put cold chicken stock in here, it's going to make your lard clump up. And you want a nice smooth lard so it can mix easy. All right, let's go in with our baking powder and our salt. It's going to make it nice and fluffy. The salt's going to add some flavor. You can leave out the salt if you use a very high sodium chicken broth. All right, so there we go. And now let's start to add our broth. Add about that much, and then start mixing. And you're looking for a very specific consistency because you want to put the tamales together and you want this to glide onto the tamales. Because when you're done with this, it shouldn't stick to your fingers, as I'll show you with my good hand. So you got a wet hand here. Now I'm going to add some more liquid. And if you go overboard, you can also add some more masa to this. And we're almost there. You can see it come together. It comes together quite fast. I almost burned my elementary school down baking. I came to school one morning. I was kind of the first kid there. I got dropped off early by my next door neighbor. All right, let's add a little bit more. I got dropped off early by my next door neighbor, and I was hungry. And at that time, they had home economics. And our school was under construction, and our classroom happened to be the home economics class that they just happened to put us in at the time while the school was under construction. So I was hungry early in the morning. I went in, caught myself making pancakes because the refrigerators were still there and they still had food in the class. And what I did was put the mixture together, forget the butter, put them in the pan, let the pancake go, walked into the bathroom, left the classroom, and next thing I know, I hear the whole school bells ringing. And I said, wow, they got a fire alarm early in the morning. They're doing those little drills. As I start to go back to the classroom, I said, I'm not going to go outside for the drill. I'll hide in the classroom. As I go back to the classroom, I noticed smoke coming out of the classroom. And I said, whoa, that's me. So we all stand outside, and nobody saw me. But my teachers did see me early there because she wanted to get coffee. Let's add some more to this. And she made an excuse for me. She said that I was hungry, my family was very poor, and he needed food. So he tried to make himself breakfast in the morning, and he almost burned down the school. So I didn't get in trouble. That was my last time baking for a long time. All right, here we go. So if we do this right, nothing should stick to your right hand. There it is. So that's the consistency I want. I might add a little bit more liquid to it after it sits, but I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. I'm going to come back here and show you how to get the tamales together. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so now it's time to assemble our tamales. So here's our mixture. We're going to take a little bit, just like that. Roll it up in a bowl, maybe a little bit more. I like a nice thick tamale, so I like a lot of stuffing. Gonna put it right in the middle, and we're just gonna press it out, just like you were making a tortilla. And just press most of it to the ends and the back, just like that. Now that you got it flat, we're gonna put some of our mixture in. You don't want to put too much, and you don't want to put too little. So you want to make sure you got a nice amount of that mixture in that tamale. Just like that. Put it right in the middle. Now what you want to do is fold over. So you want to make this end touch that end. So we're going to go over, Make a touch, pinch it, just like that. Press down just a little bit. Now I'm going to bring this in completely over, just like that. Fold in. Have a little bit of dough back in there. I'm going to fold this one just like that. For the top, I'm going to make sure everything's okay, nothing's touching. I'm going to pinch the bottom here, just like that, and I'm just going to fold. And on the top, I'm going to make sure I pinch a little bit here, and that's that. So if you want, you can always take another tamale or another corn husk, just rip it, and to make it look pretty, I'm going to fold it over this way. You can come like this, just fold the bottoms and the top and make a little ribbon, just like that. Tuck this in, get down to the bottom and just tie it, just like that. And now you're ready to just put them in a little basket like that, off to the side, and then we're gonna make the rest, and we're gonna meet you back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're just gonna show you a little bonus footage here. If your husk is too short, what you can do is just, let's just say you have two short ones, just rip it like that. You can save this for a tie, and just tuck this under this one. And now you're right back where you started. Add a little bit more filling to it. So if you make a mistake, you have time to fix it. This happened to be perfect, but we're just showing you this. I'm going to add just a little bit more, just so you can see. You'll never notice the difference why it's wrapped in there. Here we go. Add your filling, and you're back to where you started from again. And just fold over, just like that. Now I'm just going to fold over like that. Pinch, bring it back, and now refold over this one, just like that. And now you're back to where you started from again. Pinch the bottom. I'm going to flip this over, and now we have a little tie that we can tie up, just like that. Here's our tie. And there you have it. Tie the bottom, and there it is. So now you have this one made up if you're short. All right, we'll meet you right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so our tamales, they're all done. Look at that. We got these little perfect gifts wrapped up. All right, so this is what you want to do from here. You want to steam these. We're going steaming these for about an hour. Now this is a steamer I just made myself. Aluminum foil, a rack from a grill. I'm gonna take a cup of water, dump it in the bottom of here. You can check it, but that's all you're gonna need for now. Just put this on and make sure they don't touch the bottom. So here's our homemade steamer. And what we'll do is we'll start putting our tamales in. We're gonna take 3 like this. So we're gonna go in and just start them. And the rest of them, we're gonna start putting right across. Just like that. We're just gonna stack them all up. It goes real quick. So this way, you don't have to worry. So just get them all in there. 1 hour, that's all you need on these. And like me, if you have a favorite tamale that you put something in, find a spot for it and save it for last. And mine is this one right here. So that's my favorite tamale. I'm gonna put it right over here and save it for last. All right, so now we have more husk. I soak these very well. And you just want to get the rest of the husk over top of here. So make sure you have husk off to the side, nice and watered up, so they don't let out any steam. And make sure you wrap them real good in here. So this way you don't let any steam out. And that's all you got to do. Just like that. Now onto the steamer we go. I might even put a piece of plastic on the top of here just to keep the steam in, but I don't think I'll need it. And here's a cover. It's a homemade cover. So it's another pan that I use, and I'm just gonna go right over the top, just like that. And that'll keep all my steam in. We'll meet you out onto the steamer, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we're using our outside burners today because the inside burners are way too small. Let's get it done. There we go. That's the BTU we need. Outdoor burners. So we're going to start it off on just low like that and put it in and wait for the steam up. And that's it. We'll drop it on low. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we are. Season 5's Chop and Block. Smoked pulled pork tamales. Let's show you what we got. And they are hot. That's why they call them hot tamales. Look at that. So we're just going to start to get them uncovered. Just to show you what we're working with here. Look at that. Beautiful. Here we are. So let's get a plate. So we're plating up country style. I got some white rice over here. And we're just going to bring in a little spoon. And we're going to get some rice in here. Just like that. A little white rice. All right. And now, just give that a little clean up. And now we're going for a tamale. So let's just get one of these guys in here. And we're just going to unwrap this little gift for you guys. So here we go. And let's show you what we got. Ooh, that's hot. Now normally you would let this cool down, but I'm going to leave it in the husk. Just like that. Actually, maybe I'll just take it out. So I'm going to flip it over and let's get it out of the husk. There we go. So here's our tamale. And now we got the fixins. So let's fix this up. So here's those beans that we worked so hard on. And we're gonna get some of those onto the plate. Look at that, beautiful. Those ham hocks had a lot of meat. I smoked those myself, and we'll leave a link in the description to that video being made. So if you guys want to see ham hocks being made, you can check this link out too. It shows you how to make ham hocks from start to finish. Smoke them, cure them, and everything. All right, here we go. So we're just gonna get all those nice beans over it and some ham hock. Look at that, beautiful. All right, so now we got our tamale. So what I like to do, a little sour cream right on the top. Maybe a little bit more. Get some height on that. Now I'm gonna go in with some fresh lettuce. That's right, some fresh lettuce and onion, purple onion. So I'm gonna just put that there onto the side. Now I got two different types of onion here. This is fresh. I'm gonna put some onto the beans because I do like fresh onion. So I'm gonna get some in there. And this is pickled. So we're going with a little bit of pickled onion right onto the tamale. Just like that. All right, so we got that in there. We're gonna put a little bit of lime onto the plate. I think we'll park one right there. And we're just gonna squeeze a little on there. And we'll park that on the side. And then we're gonna make it look pretty. So let's just put a little bit of greenery onto the side. We'll park a little bit of parsley right there. Now we also have green sauce. And if you want, you can take a dollop of the green sauce and just put a drizzle right there on top. And that's it. That is our plate. So let's do this. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to try, I definitely want to try that tamale. So let's get our garnish off and let's go in and try a nice piece of that tamale. Now look at that. You can see how that eats. You can see all the meat inside. And just see how the mixture is. Let's get some sour cream. Some of that heat in there. Wow. It does not get any more authentic than that. You can taste the lard. You can taste all of the meat. You can taste the smoke in there. That smoked meat, outstanding. You gotta try that recipe. I mean it. That is beautiful. Let's try those beans. Makoba beans, smoked ham hocks, smoked meat and that tamale, and the vegetables to go on the side. The crispness of that lettuce just gives it a nice refreshing flavor, and that nice lime in there. Outstanding dish. All right, we're gonna get organized and we're gonna meet you guys right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Smoked pulled pork tamales, made from scratch. Can't go wrong with this dish. We kept it simple with a beautiful salad on the side, some sour cream, green chili, ham hocks, and Waikoba beans, and a simple white rice. What more can you ask for? 100% authentic. And if you like this video and more videos about to come, give a like. Don't forget to hit that bell, so this way you get all those videos first. Again, thank you for coming. We enjoyed having you. And with no further ado, gotta get that last pitmaster taste there.